We are back at the top of another Savage stream. Thanks for everybody tuning in. It is greatly appreciated. By the end of this video, you should be able to know and be confident how to mine ZEL using SimpleMining OS, nVidia GPUs, and miniZ miner. That's what we're going to be using. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to Serpent X Special Forces. And his channel is over here, and he did a video today, a couple hours ago. I don't know if it was a live stream or a premiere, I don't know, but most profitable cryptocurrency to mine. I think he does it once a week, no, once a month. So this is for the July edition, so be sure to check that out. And like I said, tonight we're going to be going over ZEL a little bit more. I've been really busy with the vault and stuff, so I know I'm going to try to get some more random info out there, because I've been, I've been sticking to one project, which is fine. I think that some people like that, but anyway, so this is still ZEL. Actually, it's going on 2 weeks now. But I mean, last night I did something a little bit different. I ran a race or a cable raceway and stuff, so I guess I am mixing it up a little bit. But it seems like I'm doing a lot of ZEL content. I need to move on and do some other things too. So anyway, let's go ahead and check out what we are doing tonight. Again, we're mining ZEL, and it's basically the cryptocurrency for the ZEL, all the ZEL ecosystems. We did a video last week, I believe, before the halving, where it was like a ZEL, what is ZEL, kind of an update thing. I wanted to go a little bit more in depth into all the different features or all the different projects inside of the ZEL project, and I haven't really done that yet. I need to probably do that before we move on to other things. But yeah, so this is basically what we're going to look at tonight. And like I said, ZEL is the cryptocurrency of the system. And there's a lot of specs to ZEL. It uses the privacy protocol it uses is ZK snarks. The block reward just recently split, right? It was a halving, and not split. But the block reward went from 150 ZEL per block, and 75% of that is proof of work, and 25% of that is ZEL nodes, so the master nodes situation there. So I love that about ZEL, is that the majority goes to proof of work and not the master nodes. I like that. But the block reward halved, so now it is 75 ZEL per block. And that means that the block rewards went down to 56.25 for the proof of work side and 18.75 for the master nodes. So that's a pretty big drop. I mean, obviously it's a halving, and it's pretty significant. I didn't look. I should have looked at the stats, like how many ZEL nodes and stuff were out there prior to. I thought I had ZEL nodes up here. I do somewhere. Yeah, how many ZEL nodes were out there prior to the halving? I would suspect that maybe some of them might have turned off. I don't know, because the halving, the rewards are going to be down a lot. So I don't know how that works with the master nodes. But I wanted to point this out, because I don't know who's mining the store here, but there's some problems with this website here, the ZEL nodes website dashboard. I don't know if it's like, I did a refresh, a hard refresh on this, and it's still showing like weird information for the halving. Like, it's got 3 days, 7 hours left for the halving. It's almost like this thing has no idea what block we're on or anything. I don't know why it's like this, but I showed this before the halving, and it was like this then. It said 3 days then, so it's almost like it's stuck. I don't know. It's really weird. But I don't know. I figured I'd just kind of point that out. There's also a misspelling right here, and this is like super old information. I don't know why it's still up there. But anyway, all right. Just wanted to point that out. I don't know who manages ZEL nodes, but it looks like it needs some work. All right, guys. So the halving was supposed to be on block 655,350, but I think it ended up being 658 something. I don't know. I asked Dan about that on Discord. I don't know if he ever got back to me on it because I was kind of confused. Maybe I had the wrong information initially. I don't know, but it halved, but it was not on the block that I thought it was going to. So I don't know what happened there, but we'll see what he says. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow night. But anyway, this video assumes that you already have a rig built. You already have a SimpleMining OS account, and you're able to log in and see your dashboard like this. And it also assumes that you want to mine ZEL using nVidia GPUs, miniZ miner, and you want to use the ZEL Labs pool, because that's what we are going to be using. But if you haven't, done this already or signed up for, registered with SimpleMining.net, and you need to do so, you would just go to SimpleMining.net. I think the screen looks like this whenever you first log in, or whenever you go to, this is SimpleMining.net. So this is the root of the website. And you can just go here and do, I think you have to click on a sign in or a register or something like that. But once you get logged in, it'll look like this. And there won't be any rigs here unless you've already, signed up and registered and added rig. But I had to click the adding rigs button up here above my cursor here where it says adding rigs allow for 93 minutes. So you click that, and then you just click allow for 2 hours or whatever the default is there. So you just do that, and then at that point you're able to add rigs. If you need to download the image, you can do that from here. I downloaded this image, which is the one for my nVidia cards. You can see there's two different ones, so depending on which GPUs you have, you need to download the appropriate image. And then there's some motherboard settings here if you're not familiar with that part. But again, this is kind of assuming that you already have built a rig and can boot, to an OS, right? But there are some important information right here. There is some important information right here. And then it also goes through the install process, the flash process for, SimpleMining OS. You got Balena Etcher. Once you're done, you basically download the image, and then you fire up Balena Etcher. And once it's done, at the beginning you get to select the image. Actually, this is what it looks like at the end. Let me just launch it here real quick so I can kind of walk through that part. So I downloaded the image to my downloads folder here. So it looks like this. So there's the image. This was today, and this is the latest one. And then you just fire up Balena Etcher, and you go select image, choose the image. No need to extract it or anything like that. You just click it like that. Open. Make sure you choose the right drive, right? I still have my 32 gig USB drive in there. And then you click flash, and then I showed you what it looks like at the end. I always show people this, the tools. If you want to get right back into the drive without uninserting it and reinserting it into the system, then you can turn this off. It's on by default. This is also on by default. So I turn both of these off just to speed things up a little bit. All right, so then you click flash, let it go. I showed you the end screen. Once it's done, you will see a drive like this that says smOS config, and you'll see 3 drives actually. This is the only one that you can access by default with Windows. If you have, there's other drivers and stuff that you can install or third-party programs that you can install to access these drives, but there's really no need. These are for the Linux operating system itself. Just ignore those basically. You're only concerned about the smOS config partition here, and then you're going to double click on config.txt, and you're going to put in here, it's going to look like this by default. You're going to put your email address in here that you signed up and you logged on with to SimpleMining.net. Okay, should make sense. You got to give them the right information here, right? So what I will do, let me add mine in here. And then I'm just adding my email address. That's the only thing you want to put in there. Don't put anything else. Don't put any spaces. Don't put any lines in between or anything. Just add your email address where it says admin@simplemining.net. Just change that to your email address. And then you save it, and then we're going to eject it. Then what we should do first, before we even get too far here, actually, let's see. Yeah, I guess we could go ahead and create the group too, because we need to determine, what pool we're going to use. Actually, I said that we were already going to use ZEL Labs, but if you go to miningpoolstats.stream and then you look up ZEL, it tells you what algorithm and all that stuff is here. You can see that 2Miners has a huge amount of the hash power, over 51%. And ZEL Labs has 16%, still hitting blocks, on the regular, so that's good. It's got 86 of 363 miners, so I'm comfortable with using ZelLabs.net. It's also United States based, at least that's what it says here. So I am very comfortable with using that particular pool, which looks like this. And if you come over to ZelLabs.net, then you can click getting started. It's got all the great information here, and it's got the miner config generator also. We went through this last week as well. Really cool stuff from these guys on the ZEL Labs pool. And so that's the pool that we're going to use. Is that right? It says 55.5. I wonder, that's interesting, because it should be 56.25. I wonder if there was some type of a modification to the rewards in order to possibly do something with the master nodes. I don't know, with the ZEL nodes. I don't know. I really need to hear back from Dan on that to see, because that's got me really curious there, because technically it should be 56.25. So I don't know. Anyway, all right, so let's get into this. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just do the group in SimpleMining. Before we even boot up the rig, we'll go ahead and do a group, but we're not going to be able to do much. Actually, you know what? Yeah, since this is SimpleMining, let's do it the other way. We will go ahead and eject the drive. Well, I already ejected the drive. I'll go ahead and remove the drive and insert it into the rig. I was mining with a nice hash there. I'm going to put this in here. And then power on. And see what happens. While we're waiting on that, I'll check the chat real quick, see what you guys are up to. What is uh-oh. That's not the right screen. That's the bio screen. Let's try this again. Hey, what's up, Crypto Mining Lifer, Robert Hawkins, Shuby, Crypto Mikkel, what's up, man? Red Panda, Cryptid Youth, what is going on? Crypto Alex. You guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in, guys. All right, so it doesn't want to boot off of that drive for some reason. Let me try a different USB port, standard. All right. This rig is gonna be the death of me here. This was actually pretty reliable usually. Okay, there we go. Now we got some action. I know it's just a black screen for you guys right now, but it's coming up. It looks like it's coming up anyway. It takes a little bit for that first run, I guess. All right, so it did show up on the console here. If you go to the dashboard, now this rig has already been, you know, the way that SimpleMining does it, I think they log an IP and your MAC address of your network card and of the rig, and that's how they know, or that's how they store like the settings for that rig, and that's how it knew that this rig used to be named savagemine.conceal. You see how it already has the name in there. But if you're adding a new rig, it will probably be no name, I think is what it puts in there. It's like a default name. And so, you know, that's just how that works. And that's why this one already has a config. It already has OC settings, because it just stores that information on the servers, you know, for SimpleMining, if that makes sense. All right, so next thing up, we are going to create a group. So we're going to go to group config, add a group. I think I'm getting this right. And we're going to go, we want to use miniZ. And I think that there were some problems with the miniZ version 4, 1.6 version 4 or V4. And I think that, I don't know why they left it in there, because I think there was some serious problems with, I think it had to do with Beam, if I remember right. But anyway, so we're going to use the later version, which is V5, 1.6 V5. We'll call it ZEL YouTube. Latest version there. So as far as the username, we have to have the receiving address for ZEL. We're going to go to ZEL. You can see right here, I do have the amounts hidden and stuff, but you can see transactions still. I tried to get in the ZEL poker tournament on Saturday, but they started it like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours earlier or something. I don't know. It was a huge time difference between when they said that it was going to start and when it actually started. So I was able to, I thought I was going to get in there, and I just missed it by like a few seconds, because, you know, you can only register after, I think he put up like 5 minutes or something like that. And my time ran out and I wasn't able to, so they refunded me the 500 ZEL. But anyway, all right, so I'm going to receive address. We got to get this address right here, copy to the clipboard. So that's going to be your username. And then we can put a dot and use the variable, I think, rig name. And that's a specific to SimpleMining, right? And that just puts the rig's name, you know, in like on the pool, you'll be able to see it. And then for the pool, the server and port, we need to go back out to ZEL Labs. And if we go to getting started over here, you can see them again. You know, we could go through the minor config. We'll go ahead and use the secure one also, the SSL TLS one. So we'll call the rig Kessel. And we'll put a password on here like that. We're going to use miniZ. So it tells you what the actual, we don't really need that first part anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But it tells you what the string is going to be, right? So what we could do is just, I think we can just grab this like this. I think we did this last time. I don't know. I think it broke. And what were we doing wrong? Was it just the port? I don't remember. We're going to try this. We're going to see if this works. See, for Linux, it says it looks a lot different for Linux. Let's go ahead and grab this one just for the heck of it, even though it doesn't match what the actual template matches here. So we're going to do this. Let's just see if that works, because I pulled it off of ZEL Labs, you know, the getting started. I just want to see if that works for Linux, if that string works. This should be a good test. All right, and then we're going to go add group. So there's our group created. And then we're going to go back to rig list. Choose check mark next to the rig, actions, group config. And then we're going to choose the group that we just created, ZEL YouTube, and then save. And that should kick off a reboot. It did, of the rig. And then we are hopefully up and running here in a minute. Yeah, I think my sound's good, Shuby. It should be. All right, so this is doing exactly what it did last time whenever we were using a TLS port but not using TLS. So all right, let's see if there's something that we're missing. I wonder, because we told it 7111, which is the secure, right? Yep, right here. All right, so I wonder, that's interesting. Do you guys see what it's doing here? It's like not mining, but the miner's running and it's reporting and stuff, but it's not doing anything, right? So let's see if, let's go back to the group. I want to edit this thing. Edit the group. I'll show more info because I want to make sure I hit. Wasn't there a way to tell it to use? I think I did this I feel like I'm doing the exact same thing I did last time. See, there's nothing in here that says to use TLS or not, right? Kind of like Hive OS. I don't see it in here. I wonder if maybe this just needs to be updated or something. All right, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and edit this, and we are going to actually, you know what we'll do? Let's go to their website. All right, all this looks pretty much what they had over there on the. All right, so right here, this is what we don't have in ours. All right, so let's do that. All right, I have a feeling that is probably what we need. Oh, wait a minute, what is this? Okay, yeah, that's right. All right, that looks right, I guess. All right, here's what we'll do. I'm gonna edit it and put it back to this, like that. Then we'll go SSL. All right, so just to see what it's still doing over here. Yeah, it's still messed up. So look at this, go save. All right, let's see what happens. Still nothing. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so that first hit didn't work. All right, so we are up and running. It looks like we are mining now. That's good. And we've got echo hash overclock settings in there. It probably looks looks like pretty much straight off of what to mine. So it should be pretty decent, you know, as far as just right off the bat. No fine tuning or anything like that. And it looks like we are hitting 207.8 souls per second. Okay, cool. So we did it. You can probably hear the rig firing up a little bit more. Fans are cranking up a little bit. All right, so I'm looking at the chat. You guys aren't saying too much over here, so we are green today. That's a good thing. And we do have the poker tournament coming up. That is not this Saturday, but the Saturday after that, I think, right? Yeah, if my math is right, then it is not this Saturday, but the Saturday after that at 1:05 Eastern, 13:05 for you military folks. And you have to get registered beforehand, right? You have to go through the whole thing. Shuby's been posting the link. I think, actually, you know what? I need to put that link back into the video description. So let me do that while I'm thinking about it. Actually, I'll do it later so I don't waste time here. I don't think let me see if I can grab it from Shuby there. I need to get that into the description of all the videos because I've been slacking on that. I haven't been doing it. Poker tournament. Let's do it again. There we go. Now it's in the description. Yeah, so you have to sign up with PokerStars, and there's other folks, other organizations, other people like ZEL that are actually doing this as well. Like I said at the top there, they did a tournament. Theirs was actually like a ZEL to enter. It was 500 ZEL for one, and then the other one had 5,000 ZEL entry. We talked about that for the halving party and all that stuff. And so yeah, that's why I'm in these different clubs now, because one of these is for them. And then again, there's other folks doing it as well. So I think this might catch on. This is kind of cool, you know, because it is neat, you know, to play against subscribers and other YouTubers and stuff like that. And the way that ZEL did it was kind of cool because, like I said, it was a real tournament, I mean, it's basically real money, because you had to send ZEL 500 ZEL for the small one and 5,000 for the large tournament in order to play. So, and then the winners got ZEL. So it was kind of neat the way that they did it. I like it. Pretty cool idea. So we might do something like that in the future. I'd still have some ZEL Core Plus subscriptions that are $60 USD each, basically is the value. And I still have those that I have to give away. So we need to do that. I've just been really busy with work and this vault thing over here. I probably tomorrow I will be moving the rigs into the vault. It's all painted, wires are ran as far as the, you know, the raceway and all that stuff. It's all cleaned up, it looks nice. So I'll probably move the rigs tomorrow, but I need to clean them off and stuff first because they've been, you know, out in the garage. So I'll probably use the compressed air and clean them up a little bit before I go put them in there. But I need to do that probably tomorrow because it is really hot in that garage. And I turned the rigs off yesterday and left them off at night because I wanted to see what the temperature was without the rigs in there. And it's 100 without the rigs. So it gets like 110, 112 degrees in there, and that's like crazy hot. So that's what the whole purpose of the vault is. So to get all that stuff squared away. But yeah, so we've got this tournament here. So go ahead and get registered. All that information is in that document. I can tell you, you know, whenever you first open it, you might be like, man, reading all this, but just take a moment, take a minute. It probably takes 1 minute to read it. It just talks about how to register and all that stuff. It's not that hard. You have to have a PokerStars account. You have to download the software and install it and all that stuff. I wish that they would make it webified, you know, to where you didn't even have to download and install software. I think that would be cool, but there's probably some reasons behind that, technological reasons why they don't do that. But yeah, so you have to get the software installed and all that stuff, and then get registered. This one is still going to be for charity, although, like I said, you know, the way that the ZEL guys did it was pretty cool. So we might try to do something like that in the future too. You know, just use like a crypto type buy-in. But we do expect, if you're going to play in this charity poker tournament, we do kind of expect you, we do expect you to at least donate like $5 in crypto to charity, right? So it goes to the pool. And then probably, I haven't decided yet, but I could definitely give away like another ZEL Core Plus, maybe to like, you know, the first and second place, and maybe like $10 in BTC to first place and $5 to second place or something like that. We'll figure that out, but we can probably work around something like that so that there's at least something you're playing for, right? And not just for charity. Not that playing for charity is bad, but I'm just saying, you know, people who play poker tend to play poker because they want to win something. So I totally get it. Anyway, so that's what we will be doing, and that's a couple weeks from now. So tell all your friends. I mean, everybody's invited. It's not like nobody, you know, you don't have to do anything special. Everybody's invited to play. So I think it'll be fun. All right, I don't know if anybody else is live right now. I know Crypto Mikkel did a video earlier on a 3D printer, I believe. Let's see if DC Adventures. I don't think. Yeah, this was the video that he did an hour or so ago. And again, you know, make sure you head over to Serpent X Special Forces. He's doing really well with his subscribers, climbing on up there. So that's awesome. If you're not subscribed, be sure you do. He does like breakdowns, and he does a Saturday Caffeine and Crypto where he has guests, not me, but he has other guests on there. I'm still salty about that. No, I'm just kidding. But he does like GPU breakdowns and cool stuff. Really, really cool videos that he's got going on over there. I need to like duplicate something like this, like a profitability. Actually, I do have the monthly profitability for the shared rigs. Maybe that's good enough. I don't know. But I like this. So, all right. I think I'm going to get out of here. You guys aren't talking to me. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Stay savage, everybody.